Good morning to all. First of all, thank you very much, Director Madam and Deputy Director Madam, SJ, Sikkim Judicial Academy, and the SJ staffs for cooperating with us. And warm welcome to everyone, not only from the High Court, also from the district courts. So we are not aware district courts will be there. So we are happy that district courts are also here, and then I hope we will bring some changes today. So without any further delay, let me introduce once again myself. My name is Tenzing Norbhutia. I'm working as a Senior System Officer. With me is my colleague, Ms. Panita Lama, Assistant Registrar, IT. So we both have been working at High Court of Sikkim for over 8 years. So today's session, so I must say that the similar sessions has already been organized by the Judicial Academy, in fact in this house itself, which I think both of us were part as a participant in many of the sessions on similar topics like scanning and digitization. So today's our topic is digitization of case records. So when we talk about digitization of case records, you might wonder that what is going to be different from the previous session. So we have prepared in such a way that we hope that we are confident that we'll make some changes as we proceed. So without any further delay, we would like to start our today's session, which we will be conducting jointly. It's not like that only one session will be done by me and other by Ms. Panita. So we will be doing this session jointly. So without further delay, Ms. Panita.
Thank you, Tenzing. A very good afternoon to the learned Director, Sikkim Judicial Academy, the learned Additional Director, Sikkim Judicial Academy, the officers and staff of High Court of Sikkim, and also the officers and staffs from the District Courts of Sikkim. Today's session provides a very unique opportunity for us to be in the same room, the officers and staff of the High Court, Honorable High Court and the District Courts to be in the same room and come together, share their ideas, experiences, and also to bring out how each one of us is playing a very important role in actually digitization of the case records and what final impact that is creating in the judiciary. Okay. So digitization, when we say digitization of case records, it might sound very technical, but fundamentally today we are here to show that this session is just about one thing, and that is to make justice faster, but not only faster, but reliable at the same time. Technology is a tool which can be used to make this faster and reliable judiciary a success. Because it's always said that justice delayed is justice denied. So technology is that tool which can be used to overcome this. But at the same time, we know that judiciary cannot be rushed. There has to be an application of human mind. There has to be certain principles of judicial process that has to be upheld. There has to be interpretation of law. So with the help of ICT integration in judiciary, that can be achieved. So not only judiciary can be made faster, but also more reliable. Okay. As we are all aware that scanning and digitization of disposed cases is taking place in all the courts of Sikkim, including the Honorable High Court, District Courts and the subdivisional courts. So a certain staff is chosen and given the additional responsibility of scanning and digitizing the disposed case records. And today I want to bring to the notice of everyone that the work you do daily is not invisible. It is monitored, reported and published at a national level. Today we'll see what happens to those reports that you submit to us. Now every month a lot of other data, including the number of pages that is scanned in that particular month and the cumulative number of pages that is scanned up to that month, is collected from all the districts through their official email IDs, and that is received by the computer cell of the registry, and a report is prepared and the due approval is taken, and that report is uploaded in the iJuris portal, which is a portal maintained by the E-Committee, Honorable E-Committee, Supreme Court of India, and that data is also published in the e-committee's monthly newsletter, which is published in their official website, and it is also circulated nationally through emails. So you can see on the screen, you can see this is the latest newsletter for February 2026 that has been published on the website. If we go to page number 72, okay. So if you go to page number 72, you will see the Sikkim High Court of Sikkim data is there in one of this one. The first column represents the number of pages scanned for February for High Court of Sikkim. Then the second column Can you go to page number 72, Kanzi? This is not the page. There are other details also. These are also reports submitted. Okay, here, this is the page. Serial number 25, we have the data for the state of Sikkim. Okay, if you see the first column and the second column is for the High Court of Sikkim. Okay, this report is verified by our dear Kamal sir for every month for the High Court. It's published here. Okay, so for the month of February, we can see that in the High Court of Sikkim, 1,430 pages in scan, and since the beginning, this initiative started way back in the year 2016 till now. We have digitized almost 11,84,999 pages. Similarly, we have the data for all the district courts combined. Though we get it, the data is submitted for each court individually. That is collated and compiled and given to this, and this is how it is reflected in the newsletter. So we can see that till now for the district courts we have total pages scanned 54,26,702. Okay. So we can see that this data, that the work you do every day is not invisible, it is how it is recorded and monitored. And this data is also shared by the E-Committee with the Department of Justice whenever we have any review meetings on a national level where all the high courts participate, maybe in terms of progress done through e-courts or any other related matter. If scanning data is to be reflected in that meeting, this data is shown in that national level meeting also. Okay, so please remember that these figures which are put on the bottom right corner of the slide is just not numbers. It is decades and decades of case records, and every page you scan contributes to this count, and it is a page of legal history that is preserved for the future. So the work you do, the additional work you do, matters. Okay, moving forward.
Now, as a court staff, what comes into our mind? When we say digitization of case record, what we think is that, okay, now as we are aware that our offices have been covered up with the case files. Probably the old case files is the legacy record or decades records we have been storing. Now first things, as a court staff, it comes is that, okay, now this case file has to be scanned, because scanning is the best way to preserve those old files. And one more fact thing is that not only in high court, also in subordinate courts, what we face is that we have a limited space constraint. I mean, the office space, ekdam limited, sir. Even that limited space, office space is occupied by the case files. Record room bara case file bharisakyo. Not only that, it is running out to the corridors from kudira as a case files. Now nobody knows what to do with the old case files. So we wait for the direction of competent authority. Key on your files. There is no such rules to destruction of old case file once it is digitized. There is nothing like that. So we also are nothing to do with key garu. So other thing is that when case files properly stack in the records room, one easily that case file will be somehow deteriorate हुँदै जान्छ over the period of time, not because only with the climate ले गर्दा or the किराले खाएर, but other thing would be when we manually shift that case file from one room to another from due to human intervention ले गर्दा that case file people will start fades out. So that is another big challenge. The third challenge I wanted to reflect is you all are aware that searching of those case files. Let's say Judge Sahibले माग्नु भयो the old case when disposed भएको, I want to see that case file. Not only that order and judgment, त्यहाँ के भएको थियो. Then one staff has to run to the record section and then he has to search manually. कहाँ छ त्यो case file मा के थियो. That is again time consuming. The third is backup छैन. I will give you one example. Back in 2023 October when the glacier lake outburst occurred, त्यति बेला the areas near the river were completely washed away. So यसमा one of the court which were damaged is the Chungthang sub-divisional court was damaged. And then after a month we went for inspection at Chungthang sub-divisional court. What we see is that the ground floor of the Chungthang court was completely covered with sludge. हिलो भरिसकेछ. Then we saw the case file पनि गएछ. Not only case file, the office file पनि that sludge ले पुरिसकेछ. Apart from that, हाम्रो IT deviceहरू थियो, the computer, the scanners, and not only that, the UPS with high batteries. And then Chungthang court मा चाहिँ as alternative we had the solar power plant पनि थियो. That was also washed away, the battery. And then not only that, again, Byro display board was there, the outdoor display board, 15-inch tall, that was also damaged. So when we see that, the financial loss is also very huge. So in such cases, if disasters occurs, then what will happen to our case files? There is no backup. So moving on to our next slide. So yes, could you please go?
In the previous slide, as shown by my colleague, we had certain issues that we have overcome to varying degrees of success by digitizing of case records. But now it's time to look at the broader context. Why digitization of case records, not only of the disposed cases, but also of the ongoing cases is the need of the hour. Why digitization of case records? Though we have come a long way, we still have a long way to go, because scanning and digitization of disposed records only is not the way to go forward, because there are bigger problems that the judiciary is facing. So I would like to give you 3 compelling reasons why digitization of case records is the need of the hour. Now, this one, the screen grabs, which you can see is being taken from National Judicial Data Grid. I'm sure you all are aware of that. Okay, it was taken last week when I was preparing this slide. It shows the pendency of cases. The first grab is for the district court's pendency. The second grab is for the High Court. It is for the courts all over India. So how much cases are actually pending? When you look at the figures, we see that there are more than 5 crore cases pending in courts at all levels all across India. So and this number is only going to increase. And it is going to go faster than it can be resolved. So technology is a tool which can be used in this scenario to grapple this, to solve this situation to a large extent. Okay? And for dependency, when we see this huge number of pendency of cases, it is also, we can also see that a case to be resolved or the case to be disposed takes around average of 3 to 5 years. Okay? So this delayed justice also has huge financial implications. There are many families which live in economic uncertainties, many businesses which don't go to the court, many investors who do not want to invest in sectors where dispute resolution takes such a long time. There are many financial implications of this. And I feel the most impactful, compelling reason for moving towards digitization of case records and making justice faster and more reliable is that because if this scenario continues, we will have an erosion of public trust in the judiciary. When people lose faith in the justice system's ability to give justice in time, then they will take matters in their own hands or they will just accept injustice. So this will disrupt the very fabric of our society. There will be a vigilante justice rather than following the judicial process. So with this, we see that digitization of case records is the need of the hour. And before we continue with the slides and see how digitization of case records actually facilitates faster and more reliable justice, we would like to explain these understanding, which is very, very important before we move on with anything related to digitization of case records. The first term is scanning, the second term is digitization, and the third term is digitalization. Okay. And many of us, even me included, we use this term scanning and digitization interchangeably, but they do not mean the same thing. We cannot use them interchangeably. They have specific meaning, and they have their own specific importance also. So understanding these three terms in the next few slides to come will be very important, because they all represent different level of transformation. Okay. So with this, in the next slide, we start with the term scanning. Okay. The scanning is the most physical process that is involved during this whole transformation thing. So what is scanning? Scanning is nothing but like taking a very precise photograph of the document that you have in hand. Okay? There is no transformation in scanning. This is just a reproduction. What happens is just like photocopying a page. If you scan a page and photocopying a page, it's almost similar. But when you photocopy, you get a physical copy, a hard copy, but when you scan, the same thing is reproduced and stored as a computer file. Right? So computer file, then stored as a computer file. So when we say scanning of case records, okay, there is a lot of preparation that goes before you actually scan the case records. You have to first identify which case records you are going to scan. Then it has to be prepared for scanning and taken to the area where it will be actually scanned and taken there, and then the file has to be prepared for scanning in the sense that if it is bounded by some thread or stapler, it has to be taken out. Care has to be taken. What is the orientation of the page that is being scanned, whether it is a landscape or a portrait. So all those things, and what condition the paper is in. Sometimes the paper is very old and fragile. Care has to be taken how you scan that page. Okay. And then what happens, the most important technical aspect when you scan a page is the quality of scanning, which is known as the DPI, or dots per inch. The standard which the courts have set for scanning in the courts of security, also recommended by the e-community, is 300 DPI. Okay. In every scanner, it has this setting where you can have a high quality or a low quality scan. So 300 DPI. But if your paper is very blurry, very old, the condition is not good, 300 is the least limit. Then you can increase your DPI. The greater the DPI, the higher the quality of your scan. But please remember that higher the quality of the scan, the more the size of your file also. Right? When we scan a file, so when you scan a file, what we are doing usually is you get a PDF. Okay? But I'm saying that when you scan a file, it is just an image. Why I'm telling you it's an image is because the PDF, though it is in .pdf format, portable document format, if you try to select that file, you cannot select it. If you try to search anything in that file, you still cannot search it. So it's just an image, a reproduction, nothing has transformed, only the means of storage has turned from something physical to something digital. Okay, so that is what is known as scanning. This is the most easiest part to understand and to explain. But the only thing is that matters here is the quality that you are scanning in. Okay, and there's of course grayscale, black and white, and color scanning. If you scan in color, you get the exact reproduction if your source is in color. And if it is black and white, you only get different shades of black and white. Okay. So moving forward, the next two slides will be explained by Tenzin.
Now as you see that scanning is just a basic step, first step. I'm scanning and everything is just a first step. We cannot say that a scanned PDF file or image is a digitized copy. Scanning can be from any medium. Scanning can be done from your phone, from your tablets. So that is just a scanning. What code means? Codes like के चाहिएको छ हामीलाई the digitized document चाहिएको छ so that the digitized copy can be used, altered, or we can tweak it as per our requirement. So let us move on to the digitization actually here. So digitization is actually a transforming those PDF file or image file into searchable format, but using with OCR भन्छ हामीले optical character recognitions. एउटा example दिनु पर्दा let us say कि there is one case file जसमा चाहिँ 100 and 200 pages छ. We want only a one word, एउटा मात्र word चाहिएको छ. We wanted to search. Let us say कि we wanted to search Sikkim Judicial Academy त्यो केसमा कति त रेफर भएको छ. If you go by a case file, then सबैले one has to go page by page मा गएर you have to check कि SJ कहाँ रेफर भएको छ. But when that case file is digitized, then in a single click तपाईले पाइहाल्छ and where it has been mentioned that is also you can identify as in when. जहाँबाट पनि तपाईले सक्नुहुन्छ. That is the power of digitization. So scanning is completely different. Now digitization is what we want, what the judicial want. So we can say as a last summary भन्नु सक्दा के भन्न सक्छ digitization is this information भनौँ information which can be searchable and which can be accessible at any point of time. So moving on to our third is now there are some few technical terms in the digitization गर्दाखेरि we have to keep in mind is that DPI as my colleague had already mentioned dot pixel per inches, or we can say resolution. If you have a poor camera quality, that means your document poor which has the less file size. When we scan or we take a picture from a high the IT device or the phone etc., so that has a large file, but higher resolution PDF or image always have a clear image, a clear font. So that is one thing. And other is PDF. PDF भन्नाले हामी now which we can say PDF is just a sealed envelope भनौँ न. No matter which operating system तपाईले open गर्छ, if we open PDF file from the Windows operating system होस् या Ubuntu operating system, that contents remains same. That is something it's fixed, no matter to which operating system you are using. Just the soft copy, when we use the soft copy, if you have prepared from the Ubuntu, that means .odt लाग्छ. If same copies, if you share with the Windows operating system, it will open, but again the font यता र उता हुन्छ. So those are things. So PDF we cannot alter. That is thing. And other is OCR. As I have already mentioned that it's optical character recognition, which makes the document accessible and searchable. And the other thing is metadata. Once a document is digitized, that document can be act as a metadata. Metadata किनभने then relying on that document you can search the case scope, indexes, what is there, who is the petitioner, who is respondent. That is why that document, that digitized document is called metadata. Now this all document काहीँ न काहीँ stored हुनु पर्यो. So that we call whether it is stored in server or cloud storage. So we can say that if case file physically हामीले राख्दैछ भने we need a space चाहियो हामीलाई, just like the record room. When we digitize and the case file, we do not need space चाहिएन. We will occupy only the virtual space that is at server or cloud storage. So these are the few technical terms digitizing which I wanted to highlight. Now moving on to the third part, a very important part is digitalizations. When you say digitalizations, this is something that using the digital data transform how court operates. Practical example अहिले हेर्नु पर्दा now the e-filing is there, e-pay is there. So real-time case tracking system छ नि अहिले. When the if party or some interested case file हेर्नु चाहन्छ भने they can easily go to the High Court को website मा, District Court को, they can directly using the party name or advocate name they can they can read the final order or judgment which is available in the website. These are the applications of digitalization. If case file तपाईले only scan गरेर हालेको भए that त्यो कुरा possible हुने नै थिएन for searching those terms over the websites. So digitalization is something we as an IT team we have been working on it because our vision is very clear. के छ भने चाहिँ we will be assisting the courts for a real and effective justice delivery system to हुनु पर्यो नि. Because when people residing at the remote location बस्तीमा होस् उहाँले थाहा त हुनु पर्यो केसको बारेमा. So that is what we are doing it. So now moving on to our next slide. This is the comparative statements which my colleague would explain.
The last couple. In the last couple of slides, what we have been trying to say, it has been summed up in this slide. If you look at it, we have the visual representation of the slide as a staircase. Is not just for design purpose, it has a meaning. It means that scanning is the first step, then we move to digitization, and then we move to digitalization. Each step is a sequential step. It is a step in the journey. You cannot skip one step. You cannot say that, okay, I'll just go for digitalization. It has to be sequential and in this order. So when you scan, though I also said in the first, previous slide, the scanning is the most easiest to explain, understand and do, but it is also very, very important because in that you transform the paper into an image. If the scanning is not done correctly, completely and consistently, this whole system will collapse. This is the foundation on which the digitalization is built. So though cumbersome and time consuming, great care has to be taken while scanning of case records because it is the foundation on which everything else is built. Okay. Similarly, digitization, when we go to digitization, as already explained, your text becomes searchable. It becomes, you have indexed it in the database. Once it is searchable, you can easily retrieve it. Okay? And then the information that you have scanned turns into data and it is actually useful. Then first and the final step, the game changer, is digitalization, in which the data that you have been able to capture so far is used to transform the justice delivery system, where you have where you can finally have paperless proceedings of court. You can build periphery softwares which can provide various citizen-centric services, and then you can also build on AI features using those data, and you can make justice accessible from anywhere. So what is written on the bottom of the slide represents what the slide is trying to say. It says that each step is a prerequisite for the next. Court cannot skip stages. Next slide. Conceptions which are very widespread, and it is very, very common, and they are genuinely harmful also. So if we understand this, the reality of this myth, then we are in a good position to understand where we are headed. Okay, the first myth is, we have scanned all our files, we are now fully digital. Okay. So that is what we have discussed so far. Scanning is only the first step. If you scan the data, you are not digital yet. You still have a long way to go, but you have taken the first step, the most foundational step. Next, digitization and digitalization are the same word, just spelled differently. Okay? So this is again a very fundamentally different stages of transformation. They represent digitization and digitalization. We have already seen that digitization converts information to digital form, whereas digitization transforms the entire system. Last myth, we can skip straight to digitalization without completing scanning first. Again, this is a myth because, as discussed, scanning is the foundation, digitalization is the transformation that it brings about.
So moving on to our next slide. So I must take this opportunity to inform the House as well as my technical team also that without any funding resource, without any roadmap or a vision, the paperless court cannot be achieved. So that's when the e-courts projects intersect. So in this modernizing world, when the other sectors, the health sectors, the agriculture sector, they are already into the AI-based, they are already working on the AI. When it comes to the judiciary, it was then the e-court concept was launched. It was back in 2005 when the Honorable Supreme Court of India, they take a lead and they formed one project, namely e-courts project. Since the inception of this e-courts project, the vision for the paperless court, the vision for the entire judiciary in the country was formed. So if I we are currently at the phase 3 of eCourse project. So let's go back to the phase 1 when it was started. So phase 1 eCourse project was started back in 2005. It continued till 2015. So what actually phase 1, what happened is that the E-Committee Supreme Court of India, they formed a core member called E-Committee. Thereafter they formed a national policy, a common DPI, we can say a common DPI to be implemented across the state. That is when the vision for the requirement of IT team for the judiciary was first injected. So in phase 1, the customization of case information system for High Court and District Court was initiated. And moving on to the phase 2, which began in 2015 and continued till 2023, it is when the CIS version were launched and was made mandatory for High Court and also for the District Courts. Thereafter, in phase 2, E-Seva Kendra was established. When we say E-Seva Kendra, it's I'm sure most of you already know that E-Seva Kendra is one of the major initiatives that is taken by the E-Committee. It's basically a one-stop center at a court premises which has been manned by the technical manpower, not only technical manpower, but also one staff from the judiciary side with all the hardware devices. Hardware device, when we talk about hardware devices, it has two all-in-one PC setup and one desktop setup. Desktop is for the technical team and the all-in-one setup is provided open for the advocates if they are willing to file their case at the court premises. And then from the same center, the video conferencing facility can also be availed. So moving on to the next is the N-step solutions. N-step is basically for the district judiciary where the summons are being handed over to the concerned people. And the other part is solar. Okay, and one more thing about N-step is that under eCourse initiative, the handheld devices were also provided. Bhandeko matlab, smartphone were provided to the process server. Back in 2019, when I was there, we handed around 21 smartphone to all the process server. जति पनि डिस्ट्रिक्टबाट प्रोसेस सर्भर हुन्थ्यो उहाँहरूलाई ह्यान्डहेल्ड डिभाइस दिएको थियो along with the stylus pen, the pen which you require to sign a digital copy over the phone itself. With a day-long training was conducted for the process server since it was the first time from them. So thereafter, many smartphones were ultimately handed over to the newly recruited process server. In this year also, we have a provision for the smartphone which we will be sharing with the district team soonly. And other thing is that solar. Now, you have the hardware setup. Tabarko courtma hardware setup cha. We only rely on single power source. Government ko bada J light aapa tesma depends. What happens if the major light fall by? What is the backup? If we can see a room we have this smart e-podium, we have this projector. Light suddenly if lights goes down, then suddenly this device will open forcefully this will turn off, which will again damage the garsa. It is forcefully shut down, so again your device will be collapsed and again the financial loss by one institution like. So solar power plant were installed in all the district courts, somewhere 15 kilowatt ko lagach, somewhere 5 ko lagach based on the requirement. So solar power plant has been equipped sabai district court ma apart from the high courts. And other is Justice Club. Phase 2 one of the important is Justice Club. Justice Club it is just a outdoor display board if you can see in MG market now in many offices it's outdoor display. To be specific, Justice Club is just 7.5 into 15 feet screen of height around 15 feet which is placed outside the main entry district court. In fact, we have one in our high court as well. So this Justice Club has been playing a major role. We are showing live cases bench. If cases are over, other information like case claims ratio, court and other eCourse related data, report information if they want to disseminate to the common public, Justice Club and then this Justice Club is outdoor display, so whether issue then it can be turned on 24/7. So these are the major things which the eCourse has provided during the phase 2. Now moving on to the it's a phase 3 of eCourse projects. 2023 so it has a validity of 4 years. This is our last year, phase 3 we are into the last financial year. So under the phase 3 innovative they primarily focused on paperless court, live streaming court and online court. So when we talk about live streaming court, हालैमा त हाम्रो कुनै पनि इभन द हाई कोर्ट अर डिस्ट्रिक्टको लाइभ त आएको छैन, बट द हार्डवेयर जति पनि चाहिन्छ, which again the hardware comes specification has been provided by e-committee itself. It's in the DPR मै छ e-committee को what hardware has to be there if एउटा कोडलाई लाइभ स्ट्रिमिङ जानु छ भने. So that hardware part we have already purchased, we have already distributed to the district, not only district, high court मा छ. So now the rule for the live streaming has also been framed. So as a IT, हाम्रो IT को टिममा जति पनि आउनु भएको छ, you should be ready कि फ्युचरमा जति बेला पनि हुन सक्छ. We have to be ready. Hardware is already there, so we have to work on that. And then apart from that, internet ko provision is also there. Internet अहिले district court मा, when you talk about district मा अहिले lease line NIC को line चल्दैछ 16 Mbps को, all 6 district मा and subordinate course मा पनि subdivisional course मा पनि, to back that internet MPLS line connectivity छ 10 Mbps को MPLS line connectivity छ. And apart from that, court ले आफ्नै requirement अनुसार private पार्टीहरुमा एंगेज गरेर लगाइरहेछ. That is again these all recurring expenses. If I may, the MPLS को तपाईहरुको डिस्ट्रिक्टमा लागेको को yearly approximately 50 lakh को recurring bill आउँछ. That is as part of the MOU, state has to bear the cost. त्यो स्टेटलाई पठाइरहेछ. And then lease line is also we have to route that file to the state, because there is one MOU signed between the High Court, Department of Justice and Government of Sikkim. So High Court, Department of Justice उहाँहरु फर्स्ट पार्टी हुनुहुन्छ, High Court is the third party, second party is state. So जति पनि High Court लाई चाहिएको recurring expenses, which also include तपाईहरुको hardware, we have to change time मा तपाईहरुले replace गर्नु पर्यो. That has to be bear by the state. That is clearly mentioned to MOU मा clearly mentioned छ. State has to bear all the recurring expenses, not only for the internet but also if manpower are engaged. Now त्यो ई सेवा केन्द्रमा जति पनि टेक्निकल म्यान पावर तपाईहरुको एंगेज भएको छ, उहाँहरुको the salary पनि स्टेटले नै पठाउँदछ. That is because of the MOU which has been signed. So this MOU is being signed phase by phase signed भइरहेछ. That is why the state governments are bound to हामीलाई फाइनान्शियल सपोर्ट दिनु उहाँहरुको एकदमै जरुरी छ because of that MOU. And then apart from that is that ICT in High Court from one thing I miss out is that when we talk about e-course project, हामीले भन्दाखेरि e-course project को e-committee को उहाँहरुको भनाइ के छ भन्दाखेरि High Court does not comes under the e-course भन्छ उहाँहरुले, because High Court उहाँहरुको सोचाइ के छ भने High Court has their own sufficient one, they can manage on their own भन्छ उहाँहरुले, whereas e-course only looks after the district court. If you see in phase 1 to 3 सम्म हेर्नु भयो भने this has all been only for the district court. When we see at end state the district मै छ, solar हेर्नु भने district मै छ, then तपाईहरुले e-सेवा केन्द्र is all over the district, and then CIS को latest version is only on the districts. Only this time phase 3 मा चाहिँ the first time the e-committee has supported us in ICT in High Court भनेर उहाँहरुले एउटा specific component has been divided for only for the High Court. यसमा के आउँछ भने we had this server room to enhance, to upgrade हाम्रो server room लाई, so they had provided fund for ICT. यसमा if you go by sub component in IC High Court मा we have this provision for server, and then rack, the smart rack. And उहाँहरुकोमा switch को network switch, they had give us provision for network switch, and then firewall. Firewall is something, it is very very expensive. So firewall को तपाईहरुले कुरा गर्नु भयो भने if you wanted to have a very good firewall for your setup, it will cost not less than 50 lakh per year. This is a firewall cost. So this time e-committee has supported us. Apart from that, e-committee phase 3 they had also included the Judicial Academy, the State Judicial Academy, Sikkim Judicial under component capacity building, through which Judicial Academy they are imparting training not only to the advocates, to the judicial officers, हामी court staff हरूलाई पनि training दिइरहेछ. So this is also one of the initiative from the e-courts. So उहाँहरूले यसको लागि पनि they have divided a separate fund as a capacity building. And other thing, new thing which came up since last year is that digital component for SGA भनेर phase 3 मा they have segregated. When digital component of SGA, because SGA being one of the nodal office to train all the stakeholders, court लाई, police लाई, court staff लाई, judicial officer लाई, so SGA also requires the ICT setup, the SGA लाई चाहिन्छ. So under phase 3 the separate fund SGA लाई divide भएको छ. So in the last financial, if you can see the e-podium जुन चाहिँ अहिले बोलिरहेको छ, this is also one of the digital component SGA initiative बाट आएको. If you have a time, you can visit others' rooms, Shanshan rooms. The e-classroom has been set up with similar touch monitors, sound systems are there. The touch kiosks, again touch kiosks. So these are all possible because of the e-committee's third page vision, namely digital component of SGA. And this year also, the major funds has been allocated for SGA. So I hope the SGA IT team has to now. So I think SGA IT team has to now work on whatever the proposal you prepare. So please keep in mind the exact without funding, without support, it's nothing is. I mean, the setup of proper IT setup China, nothing is possible. So I would like to request our technical team from the SGA to please prepare your proposal, because it's your call, it is your office, so you have to take the call. So moving on to our next project is that now e-course Sikkim perspective over the past 3 phases, phases 1 2005 and I will give a short e-filing e-pay launch by 2020 and in fact this was launched not only for High Court, covering all the sovereign courts where mandatory e-filing since judicial section sir is much well aware. Initially we have to train advocates, so सालौंदेखि उहाँहरूले physical case file ल्याएर case दिने बानीलाई we have to change their mindset. So initially we had a very problem भएको थियो. Our judicial section लाई मजाले याद छ, उहाँ सर म्याडमहरु हुनुहुन्छ. We began with step by step. First we make 10 case types which has to be filed through e-filing mandatory गरेको थियो since 1st January 2022 देखि. Thereafter, as I have already mentioned, e-Sewa Kendra, एउटा one-stop solution सबैमा राखेको थियो with manpower, we dedicate manpower. एउटा पोटा क्याबिनै बनाएको थियो. That cabin size matters from district to district where manpower पनि छ. The IT setup is there where advocate can come case file गर्न सक्छ. And then during the pandemic के भयो भन्दाखेरि what we felt is that video conferencing, pandemic is something that whole nation may stop buying, but we as a court, after a few months we started because justice delivery system should not be stopped, so we initiated a virtual hearing. When we began this virtual hearing, limited setup as I have already mentioned, court only used to have NIC line. And as we all are aware that NIC line there are many restrictions. You won't be able to open your Facebook, WhatsApp, the video calling. There are many restrictions. When the video conferencing setup not only in High Court, also in District Court, we began with the online hearing using different VC platforms. One of the free software provided Jitsi Meet. I think that is being used in District Court. Then we purchased this Zoom license. Those are the VC license. This is video conferencing license. Then Cisco WebEx. We have tried medium try. Then IT team and the judicial, we managed that pandemic time. Limited internet with limited problem. Even judges were facing issues. Open court case they are more comfortable. They were bound to come to the screens. Screen on call and then again internet we make sure internet chalus. Internet issue was there, but judges managed judicial section managed and IT team managed. So this was a well coordinated High Court District Court. So we pandemic justice delivery system didn't stop. So that is the point I wanted to highlight. And then solar energy, I have already discussed. The justice clock, to be particular, justice clock initially districts Gantok, Gazing, Mangan, Namchi. Now Soring is newly, even the Soringam Lakas and Chungthang Mateo. But as I have mentioned that due to the Gulf 2023 October that Chungthang justice clock was set away, and later on replacement Mangan Malakasa. Similarly, Chungthang Malaka solar power plant reshift Mangan. So the Mangan is equipped with two solar justice clock. Now Kura Bhayo Court ko SGA ko bhayo. What about the other jails, hospital mein ke gara e-course le? Hamile ke gara as a Sikkim ko IT team le bhandakeri? We also provided this VC setup for the jails and also the district hospitals. district hospitals भन्ने बित्तिकै not only the all district hospital, initially when we seek proposal from the all the district, दुईटा डिस्ट्रिक्टकोमा चाहिँ they didn't have the internet and the VC setup पनि छैन रहेछ उहाँहरुकोमा. So those districts are Soring and Pakyam. उहाँहरुको they are the newly created districts. उहाँहरुको नाम हुँदा through e-course को initiative we provided VC setup पनि दियो. So यो VC setup मा के आउँछ भन्दाखेरि one VC setup would comprise एउटा smart TV which is of 55 inch को, then one all-in-one PC. Then we have this speaker, microphone cum speaker हुन्छ एउटा, and then the PTZ camera. PTZ camera तपाईहरुले भन्नु पर्दा I'm sure everyone must be aware of PTZ camera. जुन चाहिँ यहाँ SJ मा लागेको छ in front and back, which can be rotated on तपाईहरुको remote को बेसमा. It can be pan पनि हुन्छ, यो tilt पनि हुन्छ, then zoom पनि हुन्छ. This is not similar to जुन चाहिँ हाम्रोमा webcam हुन्छ त्यो जस्तो हैन. These have multiple features. Obviously with the features यसको cost पनि एकदम high नै छ. It can be controlled. तपाईहरुको this zoom around 20x को zoom हुन्छ यो. So you can turn तपाईले जति बेला पनि, so no need to shift. So these equipments have been provided to the jails and hospitals. So hospitals I have mentioned, jails मा December 21 मा we seek proposal from the jails को उहाँलाई चाहिन्छ कि चाहिँदैन भन्दाखेरि, so based on their proposal we have provided 3 setup चाहिँ district the Rongit jail मा and दुईटा such setup to the Namchi को Bumtar jail मा. So now courts, not only court, jail or hospital is also availing the e-course को facility. So the other part I want to discuss is the internet connectivity. Internet connectivity is MPLS lease line is also there. And apart from this, now when we think paperless court, when we say video conferencing, live video conferencing, online court, भन्दाखेरि internet त हामीले चाहियो नि. तपाईलाई के लाग्छ कि is that NIC lease line तपाईलाई is it sufficient? Because court कुमा chamber to chamber they have installed Airtel को, Jio को लगाइरहेछ सबैले, they are managed. Now we are working something big. हामीले we have already done the assessment. One of the private firm उहाँले गरिसकेको छ डिस्ट्रिक्टमा, maybe in after 2 or 1 month, maybe after तपाईहरुको कोर्टको नेट पनि राम्रो हुनेछ. That is what we think. The feasibility study, the groundwork, the testing सबै भइसकेको छ. Maybe we are now replacing your NIC र BSNL with the higher bandwidth, not less than 100 Mbps को हामी त्यसको भन्दा हाई जाँदैछ. That is again subject to approval of हाम्रो honorable judge in charge e-committee, e-courts for high court also, and then supreme court मा हामीलाई approval चाहिरहेछ. So that is there. त्यो भएपछि I think not only the IT team but the court staff will also have a good internet speeds. Then the other topic is paperless and online weapon. We have already provided whatever the hardware requirement just is पुऱ्याइसक्यो. The unique one of the important hardware device what we have provided last year to the district court is the Wacom touch display पनि दिएको छ हामीले. That is for the paperless हो. So हाउसलाई भन्नुपर्दा it's Wacom touch display is basically a 24 inch screen हुन्छ where you can write. Since it's a touch monitor, that is not a computer, just a monitor. यो Wacom actually this is being used by the gamers हरुले चलाउँछ यो गेमिङ बनाउने या एनिमेसन डिजाइन गर्नलाई छ. So such त्यति महँगोको device has also been provided to the district court, and then once the paperless आएपछि that Wacom touch display can be used by the judges को लागि उहाँहरुले केस फाइल पढ्दै जाँदाखेरि एनोटेसन गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ जजले, which can be spared. And then the separate judge को dashboard पनि बनिँदैछ, which is under the progress. My software, that is why my software team are not here. हाम्रो High Court को around 8 software teams are sir, so they are working on it. Once that is successful, the project will be shared with the district court. Now judges उहाँहरुले कोर्टमै बसेर, so they can proceeding चल्दै गर्दा उहाँहरुले रिमार्क गर्नु छ भने के गर्दा that can be saved without altering the main file मा digitized file मा alter गर्दैन, so they can save उहाँहरुको सजिलोको लागि. That is something I wanted to highlight. Now other thing is that digitization को त we have been working since 2016. सुरु गर्नु पर्दा 2016 मा the third party was engaged for digitizing case file. Thereafter in-house team ले गरिरहेछ as a additional work. Court को team are already burdened with the office work हुँदै भए पनि they are working, so I must take कि उहाँहरुले इनिशिएटिभ लिएर concerned district concerned teamहरुले digitize पनि in-house गरि नै रहेछ as a additional work. And other thing is capacity building, which I have already mentioned. The last is digital component for SCA, which I have already mentioned. So these are the specific area जहाँ चाहिँ e-course has हामीलाई फाइदा दिएको छ एज अ स्टेट अफ सिक्किमको लागि. When we talk about अब e-course भन्दा चाहिँ when we talk about, since our today's topic is on digitization पनि त केही त दिएको हुनुपर्ने. So under 14 Finance Commission मा back in June 2020 मा around 29 scanner किनेको थियो. That is 14 Finance through state बाट आएको. These are the to give space High Court मा त्यति बेला 5 वटा scanner लायो, District Court मा 3 scanner each दिएको थियो. This is June 2020 मा दिएको हामीले. सब डिभिजन मा दुईटा दिएको छ. Funding 14 Finance Commission बाट. And then in e-course को phase 3 को initial मा हामीले 28 high speed scanner किनेको थियो. High speed scanner and then scanner, there are vast difference. Scanner and then high speed scanner. हामीले जुन चाहिँ April 2020 which we had distributed to the district court is the high speed scanner. That scanner को size नै it will around, if you talk about the weight scanner को weight नै around 10 kg जस्तो छ. Which has the high end specification. जहाँ तपाईले if you scan a document you can have a multiple option. तपाईलाई यो OCR format मा चाहियो कि whether you want that in image format मा चाहियो कि whether you want in PDF high resolution मा चाहियो. So those kind of scanner, if you compare that scanner market rate मा तपाईले हेर्नु भने that scanner will cost one scanner को तपाईलाई 2,50,000 पर्छ. I think एउटा scanner we had added also to the SCA. त्यो scanner मा it has their own display छ त्यसमा, it has own keyboard पनि छ त्यसमा. So those are the A3 scanners. And if you go by specification हेर्नु पर्दा that scanner can scan up to 200 pages गर्छ duplex मा. Duplex, if I may, duplex कस्तो हुँदाखेरि at the same time it can scan both pages. Simplex मा only one page scan गर्छ, again you have to scan the next page पल्टाउ फेरि हाल्छ. But these scanners, what I am talking is duplex scanner. One go मै सट्ट तानिहाल्छ. So 200 page को per minute duplex scanning. So such hardware, if we utilize हाम्रो code को budget which is already पूरा limited है, we won't be able to afford the such device. So my humble request to everyone, हाम्रो since all districts are here, कि त्यो scanner लाई याद गरिदिनुस्. Those are something हामीले एकदम बिजोकले किनेको जस्तो लाग्यो मलाई चाहिँ. Because we had audit को query आयो state बाट, such scanner costing 2.5 lakh per scanner को. If you talk about 28, around 65 कति को lakh लाग्यो होला सायद. This was tender was floated, so we had if you to work on the tender, then तपाईको time यति जान्छ tender मा. You have to work in multiple aspects. Security deposit कसरी लिने, fair tender कसरी, because tender is something has to be transparent हुनु पर्यो नि. So it should be, vendor has to be satisfied, हामीलाई पनि satisfied हुनु पर्यो. We have to obtain some security guarantee from the vendor. So हामी त्यसरी ल्याएर चाहिँ, so this scanner was purchased from the e-course project. So just wanted to inform you all. And yes, capacity building, so I would like to request my colleague.
Okay, so far we have seen that in the field of digitalization also, the courts of Sikkim have come a long way. I think the major catalyst pushing us towards digitalization was COVID-19 pandemic. But before we continue, I would like to announce a tea break now. So according to the schedule, please kindly be back after the tea break so we can continue with the session. Okay, let's continue with the session. Okay. So just before the tree break, we looked into how far we have come in e-courts project. Just to have a quick recap of what we did was, there right now e-courts project ko phase 3 is ongoing. Phase 3 ko every financial year, I'll just talk about phase 3 because phase 1 and 2 we have extensively covered. Phase 3 ko every financial year ma the overall implementation of the e-courts project is looked after by the Honorable E-Committee, Supreme Court of India. That you like implement, each state ma implement गर्ने responsibility चाहिँ High Court को हुन्छ. The funds जुन चाहिँ provide गर्छ, त्यो पनि that is provided to the High Court. And that your funds ma चाहिँ, whenever they provide the funds, they give us components. Okay, यो component को अन्डरमा you're getting this, each state gets its share. त्यो component भित्र के सब components छ त्यो पनि e-committee guidelines दिनुहुन्छ. त्यो सब for example as a live streaming भयो रे त्यो एउटा component भयो. त्यसको suppose funds आएको छ भने we are supposed to implement that component. त्यो fund भित्र there will be sub components, like for example you talked about Wacom monitor. एउटा courtroom मा कतिवटा Wacom किन्नु पर्छ, all those guidelines त्यो Wacom को hardware किन्दा त्यसको minimum specification के हुन्छ, everything is planned and directed by the e-committee. We have to follow that, and likewise all those hardware is procured by the High Court for that particular state and distributed to the target district court which has been identified for the implementation of the component. I'm sure you all have seen the hardware under ECOS project for our district court. Okay, how that comes is that is the path that follows. The ke ko lagi use hunu parcha bhane pani that is fully defined in that planning which is shared with each high court. So we saw that we have come a long way. Digitization is not something new that we are going to implement. I mean, to a certain extent. Like before this session, I was saying that the main catalyst after driving force, say, pandemic, where the very mode of physical functioning of courts, say, it was hampered. It was no longer possible in that scenario. It was a very new and frightening situation we all were in, but we all pushed through that. E-filing rules implement, e-filing launch bhayo, rules implement bhayo, e-pay facility was also launched on this hand in hand. And I would like to support this with a little small statistics. So 24th March 2020 till 14th November 2021, every court hearing in High Court was virtual. VCO. There was no physical court proceedings. That was during the core pandemic time. And in that period also, 272 cases were disposed in that period. And 242 cases were instituted in that period. So justice was not delayed because of that. We were able to push through such a difficult situation. I'm sure if we inquire from the district courts as to success stories. Every district court will have such a success story in which they were able to deliver justice in those difficult times also. And we have continued to do that. So let's move forward with the presentation. Now we'll talk about capacity building. Now we are saying that technology can do this. Technology has to be integrated in judiciary. But again, technology integration and successful implementation in judiciary is not a small feat. People have to be trained to use it. In technology, technology advantages but it's not very easy to use. There's a certain learning curve. Technology also brings out accountability. Technically implement कसकोमा त्यो पेन्डिङ छ, कसले के गर्नुपर्ने, कुन चाहिँ डेटमा त्यो मान्छेकोमा पुग्यो, कुन चाहिँ टाइममा पुग्यो, कति उसकोमा गर्दैछ भनेर everything is recorded. There's an audit trail. So accountability पनि कुरा increase हुन्छ. So if you don't train that person, or you don't train the court staff and officers to use it properly in an effective way, सजिलो पाराले बनाइदिएन भने technology implementation, it will never be successful. There will always be resistance. Okay. And it is more challenging also because technology keeps on evolving. There are new features which even a technically sound person from a technical background, it's very difficult for us also to keep up with those features. So in judiciary, all of our staff and staff members, by the very nature of our institution also, they are not from technical backgrounds. So this is what we have to overcome. And that's why this was envisioned by e-committee also. Every financial year has components. So from phase 3, from the year 2023, there is this component called capacity building also, which is implemented by Sikkim Judicial Academy. On the academic calendar, ECT programs introduced funding e-committee. Okay, so let's see what happens when it comes to this one. Let's look at few statistics and number of trainings conducted under eCourts Phase 3. For the financial year 2023-24, it started quite late, therefore we were able to complete only 4 trainings. Then we come to 2022-2025, 15 trainings were conducted. This is apart from their regular training. This is not the total number for that academic year. This is the training which was conducted apart from what their usual calendar looks like. So there was 15 trainings conducted, and last year the number keeps on increasing. As you can see, there were 17 trainings conducted under ECT training. Okay? And this is how they are ensuring that whatever technology that is deployed in the judiciary, the court staff, even the litigants or the citizens are able to use it properly. So this is what comes in the capacity building slide. Okay, moving forward. Okay. So, like we said, digitalization. Now, AI is everywhere. It has been introduced in every field right now, right? So I'm sure everyone here has used AI in one form or the other. Yes? Use गर्नुभएको छ AI को features. Office को काममा पनि use गर्नुहुन्छ ल?
ChatGPT त चलाउनु हुन्छ होला अफिस नोटिङको लागि. Which is also AI. Perplexity भनेको ChatGPT को फिचर्सहरु.
If this would have been more interactive, it would be. Okay. Yes. One way or the other, even if you are using your voice assistant, Netflix right? The recommendation that comes in Netflix based on your viewing history, that is also AI. Okay. So there is no one who has indirectly or directly used AI. I'm not talking about only professional, but in day-to-day life, we all have used AI in one form or the other. Okay. And the judiciary is such. The AI is developing or making features available in such a pace that judiciary will also will benefit from the supervised use of AI tools. Okay, so it feels like I'm talking about the future right now, but right now, since 2019, we have been using one AI tool that is approved by Supreme Court of India, and we have been using it to translate judgments of the Honorable Supreme Court as well as the High Court of Sikkim to Nepali. Okay. The AI tool that we have been using is known as SUVAS. Okay. The full form of SUVAS is Supreme Court Vidik Anuvad software. Okay. There's one person in this room who uses this every day. We have Rebecca Baini from High Court here. Okay. She uses it to translate judgments into Nepali. Okay.
And she is a junior translator Nepali.
Okay, so AI is being used in the judiciary, but its use has been limited. Okay, and use of AI tools will definitely increase in days to come, but we have to be mindful of how we use it. We have to use only the approved AI tools, and going forward, I'm sure that will be more clearer as we actually get to the usage of the AI tools. Okay, so what SUVAS was launched in 2019 as an AI translation tool. Okay, initially Nepali was not included in that. Okay, gradually it was trained in Nepali also. The training material was provided by the High Court of Sikkim itself. So where we provided lots of material which was in English, that was translated into Nepali. So we provided files for both of that, and that system was gradually trained to translate in Nepali. Okay, so because the judgments of High Court and Supreme Courts have been digitalized, okay, that's why this tool can actually translate it. If the digital copy was not available, this tool would have not been successful. Okay, and High Court of Sikkim has taken it a step forward, though we are not using AI tool for that. We are translating the Supreme Court judgments as well as the High Court judgments into other local languages like Bhutia, Lepcha and Limbu also. And the same is also uploaded in the website of Sikkim, High Court of Sikkim, sorry. And we would like to show you the work that the junior translators have done so far. So if we go to the official website of High Court of Sikkim, okay, you see there on the very front page we have translated judgments. Okay, on the top side you see translated judgments, okay? And you can see we have different radio buttons for the language that you want to see in. We have given the English translation also because there are some, because the reproduction in other languages might not be accurate, so you have to always, for the legal, for official purpose, you have to always fall back to the English version. Therefore, the English version is also displayed there. So you can see Nepali, you have Bhutia, you have Lepcha, and this is the translation done. Okay. So you have Supreme Court judgments as well as reportable judgments of High Court of Sikkim also. So this is an ongoing work. This list will continue to increase as the work progresses. Okay, so with the help of AI and digitization, what we have achieved through SUVAS is that we have made justice more accessible. For a person who is in a remote corner of Sikkim who does not understand English or is not well versed with English, not comfortable with English, can now read a landmark judgment of Supreme Court or even High Court as such and understand this judgment, I'm also facing a similar problem and I can seek justice through similar manner. So we are making the justice more accessible by presenting the judgments, landmark judgments and reportable judgments in regional languages. Not only for the litigant, not only for the citizens, this is useful for a lawyer also because legal precedence is of great importance, I believe. And then a lawyer in a remote, who lives in a community where English is not the predominant language and he is not well versed in that language, can always search this. It can be used for academical purpose also. So we have the barrier of language has been overcome, and to a certain degree location also has been overcome by using this AI assisted translation tool. Okay. So moving forward.
Okay, I wanted to add translations. We are not aware whether district translator. No, there is no post called translator. So under High Court we have translator already. translator. So apart from that, again your e-committee AI assisted committee initiative this junior translator, especially regional language create by High Court we have 4 regional junior translator. They are designated as junior translator Bhutia, junior translator Lepcha, Limbu, etc. appoint by. So this is again post which will later on cadre baniन्छ. So for first phase ko लागि appoint भएको छ. So they have been my colleague already mentioned translation bhayiरहेछ in regional language. As we know, Sikkim majority is Nepali bolcha हामी सबैले, which if you see this Nepali ko translation is quite more. The other officially recognized language of India is also Nepali sir. But what about the remote location maybe English is they are not comfortable. Nepali पनि उहाँहरुले बोल्नु त बोल्छन्, even if you say me म नेपाली बोल्छु तर when it comes to the reading and writing मलाई आउँदैन फेरि. So there are those communities such as Bhutia, Lepcha, Limbu remote corners मा उहाँहरुले नेपाली similarly बोल्नु आउँछ तर उहाँहरुलाई त्यो पढ्नु र लेख्नु आउँदैन. What about them? भन्दाखेरि so this translation Bhutia, Lepcha, Limbu लेख्नुको कारण one of the reason is that even एउटा हाम्रो सिक्किम जस्तो स्टेटमा if 1% मान्छेले पनि रिमोटमा बस्नेले भुटियाबाट पढेर एउटा जजमेन्ट उहाँले बुझ्यो भने दैट इज अगेन हाम्रो एउटा बिग अचिभमेन्ट हो. सिमिलरली लेप्चामा पनि एकजना मान्छेले पढिदियो भने द्याट जजमेन्ट अगेन हाम्रो लागि त्यो एउटा ठुलो अचिभमेन्ट हो. एन्ड देन लिम्बुमा पनि त्यही छ. सो व्हाट आई वान्टेड टु हाइलाइट इज सो जुन चाहिँ हाम्रो ट्रान्सलेटरहरूले गरिरहेछ ओभर द पिरियड उहाँहरूले चिटोनी गर्नुहुँदैछ which the cases from the High Court, since High Court but Supreme Court gako the landmark judgment initially they are doing the translation. Future ma we will be having additional translator tools. In this way, at least regional language ma uhanhरुले course garcha, especially the graduates from the Nepali, Lepcha, Limbu magane, so they will your job opportunity uhanhरुको लागि खोलिन्छ. Subject के हुन्छ, one main reason is that दे सुड बी वेल एडभर्स विथ टाइपिङ पनि जति पनि हाम्रो ट्रान्सलेटर हुनुहुन्छ उहाँ दे नो द टाइपिङ इन द कम्प्युटर बिकज नेपालीको रेकग्नाइज सिन्स इट्स सिमिलर टु द हिन्दी इट्स यु क्यान गेट एनीवेयर वेन इट कम्स टु लेप्चा लिम्बू एन्ड भुटिया यु हेभ भेरी लिमिटेड फन्ड छ सो वी हेभ भेरी स्मल सफ्टवेयर विच वी आर युजिङ सो उहाँहरूले त्यो युज गरेर पनि दिस ट्रान्सलेसन अफ जजमेन्ट इज गोइङ अन सो दिस इज दिस सो आई वान्टेड टु हाइलाइट नाउ कमिङ ब्याक टु दि एन्ड वान मोर थिङ आई हेड मिस्ड अघि हाम्रो उयसमा सेसनमा इज द्याट यो there is one important website which I wanted to show you. Okay, now e-course ko phase I have already mentioned e-course ko under ma jati pani hardware if you see here also I have already mentioned यो podium bhayo sabai bhayo these are not purchased from the local market बाट कुनै पनि किनेको छैन थ्रु जुन चाहिँ तपाईहरुको डिस्ट्रिक्टमा हुन्छ कि पेपरको रिक्वेस्ट नै प्रिन्टर सेन्सन तपाईहरुको कोडमा आउँछ तपाईले एचओडी लाई दिन्छ एन्ड देन फ्रम द एप्रोप्रिएट एउटा सेक्सन छ जेनरल सेक्सनहरुले लोकल भेन्डरको कोटेसन उठाएर मिनिमम 3 जना हुनुपर्छ एन्ड देन तपाईहरुले अर्डर दिन्छ इट इज वेदर इज इट कम्प्युटर होस् कि टेबल फर्निचर पेपर त्यस जान्छ जब ई कोर्सको कुरा आउँछ ई कोर्स कम्स अन्डर द जीएफआर मा आउँछ स्टेटको चाहिँ सिक्किम स्टेट फाइनान्शियल रुलमा आउँछ व्हेन ई कोर्सको फन्ड इज टोटली कन्ट्रोल्ड एन्ड मोनिटर्ड बाइ जीएफआर जेनरल फाइनान्शियल रुल हुन्छ सो जीएफआर को 149 ले के भन्छ भने वाट एभर फन्डिङ इज बिङ प्रोभाइडेड टु द हाई कोर्ट फ्रम द ई कोर्स प्रोजेक्टमा अल द प्रोक्युरमेन्ट अफ हार्डवेयर आइटम्स has to be made from हाम्रो गभर्नमेन्ट ई-मार्केटिङ पोर्टल भन्छ दिस इज कल्ड जेम भन्छ सर्ट फर्ममा दिस इज गभर्नमेन्ट ई-मार्केटिङ पोर्टल सो दि प्रोक्युरमेन्ट फ्रम द फेज 1 देखि आईटी टिम अफ द हाई कोर्टले जेममै गर्दछ तपाईले आज अफिसमा अल इन वन प्रिन्टर जे पनि हाई कोर्टबाट हार्डवेयर र ई-कोर्समा आकै छ दैट इज अल प्रोक्युरमेन्ट इज यो प्लेटफर्ममा हुँदैछ देयर इज नो सच कि लोकल मार्केटबाट किन्दै दिएको छैन दैट इज व्हाई the advantage of GEM ko kina advantage this is global I mean the nation recognized this is under the GFR rules so procurement e bar hunu parcha that means यहाँ entire process is very fair transparent छ यसमा अब आज त टाइम छैन since GEM चाहिँ for high court I am the one who is procuring all this device मैले नि कन्ट्रोल गर्छु GEM so यसमा के छ नि if I go step by step त आज दिनै जान्छ ल I will give you short के छ भने if you need a computer तपाईलाई चाहिएको छ कम्प्युटर 10 वटा of i5 चाहियो all in one PC चाहियो 27 इन्चको स्क्रिन चाहियो 10 वटा चाहिन्छ नि what we do is we float एउटा सानो कोटेसनमा उडिहाल्छ then when we float कोटेसन उडाएपछि then एउटा सर्टेन टाइम फ्रेम बनिन्छ मिनिमम अ वीक एक हप्ताको बनिन्छ where the bidder from all over the India ले कोड गर्छ when we open the technical bid खोल्दाखेरि के देख्छ भने that is the major advantage के छ भने एउटा बिडर लेट्स चाहिँ एउटा भेन्डर सर X he is from the Kerala एउटा भेन्डर वाइ चाहिँ जम्मू काश्मीर एउटा कोलकाताको छ उहाँले इफ दे कोटेड द रेट्स एउटा अल इन वन पीसी को 40,000 राख्यो भने दैट रेट इज युनिफर्म त्यो चेन्ज हुँदैन इफ यु गो हामी अहिले लोकल मार्केटमा हेर्यो भने के 40,000 मा अल इन वन पीसी आउँछ विथ अल दोज फेसिलिटी त्यो आउँदैन सो जेमले चाहिँ इट विल गिभ अ युनिफर्म रेट अक्रस द नेशन्स चाहे त्यो मेटेरियल हाई कोर्ट सिक्किममै सप्लाई होस् त्यो मेटेरियल चाहे गुजरातमै सप्लाई होस् द रेट विल रिमेन सेम when it comes to सिक्किममा हामी लोकलमा गएपछि दैट अगेन उहाँहरूले मेन सप्लायरकोबाट लिन्छ एन्ड देन उहाँको एगेन्स्टको त्यो ट्याक्सहरू हुन्छ अलरेडी जीएसटी 18+18 छ उहाँहरूको आइजिएसटीमा हाल्दा ओर्दा 40,000 को कम्प्युटर हाम्रो हातमा आउँदा 55,000 पर्छ इफ यु गो बाइ द लोकल टेन्डर जुन चलिरहेछ द्याट इज अभियसली किन गर्दैछ भने एसएफआरले पर्मिट गर्दैन जेम ई कोर्समा चाहिँ जीएफआरले गर्दा वी हेभ टु गो म्यान्डेटरी जेम भएर जानुपर्छ सो यसरी चाहिँ वी हेभ बिन सेभिङ फन्ड्स सो अल इन वन पीसी को देयर इज अगेन ई कोर्समा सबै एभ्रिथिङ इज इन डिटेल गाइडलाइन इफ अल इन वन पीसी यु क्यानट गो बियोन्ड 55,000 पर डिभाइस वेदर इट इज i3 होस् कि i7 होस् कि या 1 TB SSD नै होस् यु क्यानट गो बियोन्ड त्यसरी नै वी हेभ प्रोक्योर मेनी यो जति पनि मैले अघि भनेको डिभाइसहरू ई सेवा केन्द्रमा लागेको दि यो आउटडोर डिस्प्ले बोर्ड जुन चाहिँ डिस्ट्रिक्टमा लागिरहेको छ विच वी कल जस्टिस क्लबहरू यो सबै दिस आर प्रोक्युरमेन्ट वर मेड थ्रु जेमैबाट भएको एन्ड देन वान मोर म्यान्डेटरी अर्को जेम ई कोर्समा के छ भने द पेमेन्ट हेज टु बी मेड फ्रम दि पिएफएमएस पोर्टलबाट जान्छ सो सिन्स एकाउन्ट्स टिम त छैन आज कि आई विल जस्ट गिभ अ दिस इज अगेन यो एउटा पिएफएमएस छ दिस इज एकाउन्ट्स टिम छ भने उहाँलाई थाहा हुन्छ दिस इज पब्लिक फाइनेन्सियल म्यानेजमेन्ट सिस्टम हुन्छ ई कोर्सको फन्डिङ जति पनि हुन्छ थ्रु यसबाटै आउँछ देयर इज नो इन्टरभेन्सन अफ हाम्रो स्टेटको पे एन्ड एकाउन्ट्सको रुल छैन हाम्रै अफिसकै एकाउन्ट सेक्सनको पनि रुल छैन। तपाईहरुको जति पनि फन्डिङ आउँछ इन्क्लुडिङ यहाँ एसजिए को पनि जति क्यापेसिटी बिल्डिङको फन्ड आउँछ ट्रेनिङ गराउनु यति गरेर द्याट फन्ड चाहिँ हामी यसमै रिसिभ गर्छ थ्रु दिस भेन्डरलाई ट्रान्सफर हुन्छ। वान अफ द इक्जाम्पल जति पनि हाम्रो अहिले फिलहाल जति लास्ट इयरमा लागेको तपाईहरुको कोर्टमा आइटी एसिस्टेन्टहरु हुनुहुन्छ उहाँहरुको स्यालेरी मन्थली तपाईहरुको अफिसबाट चल्दैन डाइरेक्ट ईबाट जान्छ व्हिच अगेन पीएफएमएस पनि आई हेभ बीन नोमिनेट सिन्स 2023 देखि मैले नि हेर्दैछु यो। सो पेमेन्टको पनि इज भेरी ट्रान्सपरेन्ट। अर्को कुरा वेयर कसको एकाउन्ट छ यहाँ क्वेसन आउँछ हाम्रो ई कोर्सको दि बजेट दि हेड रेजिस्टर जनरल हाइकोर्ट अफ सिक्किम भनेछ बट हाम्रो एकाउन्ट कहाँ छ भन्दा इट इज मेन्टेन एट रिजर्भ बैंक अफ इन्डिया न्यू दिल्लीमा व्हिच मिन्स हाम्रो एकाउन्ट चाहिँ आरबीआई न्यू दिल्लीमै छ। डिपार्टमेन्ट जस्टिसले फन्ड पठाउँछ आरबीआईमा उनीहरुको ट्रेजरी उनीहरुकोमा राखेको छ। ओन्ली वी हेभ गिभन एक्सेस थ्रु पीएफएमएस यहाँ सीपीसी को लगइन हुन्छ त्यहाँबाट एक्सेस हुन्छ एन्ड देन पेमेन्ट भेन्डरलाई डाइरेक्टली जान्छ विदिन 5 मिनट म्याक्सिमम 5 मिनट लाग्छ आफ्टर दिस इज डन। सो त्यो ब्याङ्कको झमेलै छैन भाउचर बनाएर मिठा बनाएर चेक बनाएर एसबीएसबाट लिएर लाने पनि। सो फाइनान्शियली पनि ई कोर्सले त्यसरी सजिलो पारेको छ। इफ यू गो बाई म्यानुअलमा एकाउन्ट्स क्लर्कले बिल प्रिपेयर गर्छ भाउचर विल सी कि अप्रुभल कहाँ छ फोल्डर त्यो हाल्नुपर्छ एक कपी बिठा दुईटा भयो इन्भोइसको दुईटा कपी ओरिजिनल कपी राख्छ एउटा फेरि कुनै एकाउन्ट्स अफिसर या गेजेटेड अफिसरलाई सिल गरेर फेरि एक बिठा दुई ब्याङ्कसम्म पुग्दा ओर्दा त्यो एउटा सिंगल 1 लाखको बिल भनौँ इट विल गो लाइक एक ठिक भएर त्यहाँदेखि ब्याङ्कमा पुग्छ। द्याट अगेन त्यही थिकनेस अफ कपी हेज टु मेन्टेन बाई हाम्रो एकाउन्ट्स टिमले तपाईँहरूको राख्छ। अगेन पेपर हेर्नुहोस् त्यहाँ कतिको स्टक हुँदैछ। सो विथ द इन्टरभेन्सन अफ पीएफएमएस द्याट सो पीएफएमएसले गर्दा त्यो पनि इजी छ। सो पेमेन्ट टु द भेन्डर पेमेन्ट टु द इभन लास्ट इयरमा डिस्ट्रिक्ट कोर्टहरूमा इफ यु आर अवेर अर नट जति पनि यो ई सेवा केन्द्रको लागि पोटा केबिनको एमाउन्ट थियो जति पनि इन्टरनेटको थियो कन्सर्न डिस्ट्रिक्टलाई थ्रु पीएफएमएसमा डाइरेक्टली गएको थियो। पीएफएमएस इज जस्ट अ गेटवे जस्तो हामीले गुगल पे चलाउँछ एक्चुअली गुगल पेले तपाईँलाई पैसा दिएको होइन नि। इफ युर एकाउन्ट इज एट एसबीआई तपाईँले एसबीआईबाट गुगल पे जस्ट बिचको एउटा ब्रिज मात्रै हो एउटा पुल भनौँ न बिचको गुगल पेले त्यो पेमेन्ट इन्टरभेन्स यताबाट टिप्यो मैले इफ आई हेभ टु ट्रान्समिट कसैलाई गर्नु छ मेरो एकाउन्टमा टिप्यो गुगल पे टिपिकन उहाँकोमा हाल्छ द्याट ब्याङ्क त हुनु पऱ्यो नि ब्याङ्क यसलाई एसबीआई छ रिसिभर सेन्ट्रल ब्याङ्क छ भने गुगल पे या भीम या पेटिएम फोन पे दे आर जस्ट ब्रिज त्यो सिम्पली बनाउनु लागि मात्रै हो। सो त्यो द्याट टु पीएफएमएस टोटली काटेको छ देयर इज नो एनी इन्टरभेन्सन तपाईँलाई हाल्नुपर्ने खालि ब्याङ्क एकाउन्ट नम्बर द्याट विल भेरिफाइड टिम भइहाल्छ। इफ द्याट पर्सन इज होल्डिङ एकाउन्ट नम्बर छ छैन दे विल डु अन देयर ओन लेभल त्यो केही पनि छैन त्यो नो रिक्वेस्ट विल बी मेड फ्रम पीएफएमएस टु कसैलाई कि सो त्यो पेमेन्ट इज इन्स्टेन्ट द्याट टु इज देयर। सो फन्डिङ जति पनि घुम्छ सो पीएफएमएसबाट हो एन्ड प्रोक्युरमेन्ट वाट एभर इट इज थ्रु जेल सो यो छ। सो दिस इज हाउ वी आर सेभिङ गभर्मेन्ट फन्ड्स एन्ड देन हाउ द ई कोर्स इज फङ्सनिङ। नाउ मुभिङ अन टु हाम्रो next slide is okay we are here now in this context I would like to share my experience from my recent exposure trip to Kerala High Court. Today we are here as a resource person especially me and my colleague अब आएर त जेसुकै भन्नु त मिलेन we have to see the कहाँ त practical so we had a chance to visit Kerala High Court. So to give you this is the picture उहाँहरुको डिजिटाइजेसन रुम यस्तो रहेछ केरला हाई कोर्टमा। सो नाउ वान थिङ इज द्याट केरला हाई कोर्टमा एन्ड डेली बेसिसमा उहाँहरुको केस फाइलिङ र रेजिस्ट्रेसन इज अराउन्ड 300 केसेस एकै दिनमा हुँदो रहेछ। सो दे हेभ टु वर्क इन हाई भल्युम उहाँहरुको स्ट्राटेजी एकदम हाई भल्युम थियो। सो फर ओन्ली एउटा डिजिटाइजेसनको लागि उहाँहरुको ओल्ड रेकर्ड छ। सो डिजिटाइजेसन एउटा एन्टायर बिल्डिङै थियो उहाँहरुको यो एसजे जत्रो क्यापेसिटीको त उहाँहरुको बिल्डिङै थियो डिजिटाइजेसन भनेर द्याट वाज बिल्डिङ वाज नेम्ड एज डिजिटाइज सेन्टर भनेर। सो एक्चुअलीमा यसरी स्ट्याक तपाईँले हेर्नुहुन्छ दिज आर द स्ट्याक्स अफ ओल्ड केस फाइल्स प्री इन्डिपेन्डेन्सदेखिको राखेको छ। दे आर अल्सो डुइङ इट उहाँहरूको यत्तिको भल्युम केस छ जहाँ जुन चाहिँ हाइकोर्टमा दे आर ह्याभिङ 300 केसेस पर डे उहाँहरूले त दे आर मुभिङ टु द डिजिटाइजेसन दे हेभ एचिभ उहाँहरूको 80% सकिसकेको छ। बट अगेन क्वेसन आउँछ कि कोर्टको स्टाफले गर्यो कि के गर्यो भने सो द्याट क्वेसन माइट कम्स कि त्यति त कोर्टको स्टाफले म्यानेज गर्न सक्छ। सो वाट केरला हाइकोर्ट हेज डन रहेछ भन्दाखेरि उहाँहरूले थर्ड पार्टी हायर गरेको रहेछ since they have a volume of case एकदमै हाई छ, so they have hired third party सबै end to end प्रोसेसको लागि. If you see उहाँहरूको वर्कफ्लो हेर्नु भयो भने फर्स्टमा विडिङ सेक्सन अलग्गै रहेछ. विडिङ इज समवेयर समथिङ द्याट तपाईँको केस फाइल तपाईँले गर्नुभएको केस फाइलमा कतिमा पिन्स हुन्छ, ट्याग हुन्छ, फ्ल्याग हुन्छ, कति चाहिँ पेपर किरा लेखाएको हुन्छ. सो द्याट एउटा डिभिजन सेपरेट डिभिजनै रहेछ उहाँहरूको. दे हेभ टु भेरिफाई म्यानुअल बिस्तार बिस्तार निकाल्दै पुरानो सिन्स इट्स अ भेरी टिकेट फाइल 1930 को डकुमेन्टहरू देखायो उहाँले. सो त्यो बिस्तारै उनीहरूले राख्यो. विडिङ काम थियो. वान्स विडिङ इज कम्प्लिटेड उनीहरूले डेटा एन्ट्री हाल्यो त्यो केसलाई अनलाइनमा नाम दिएर एकर्डिङ टु द्याट केस नम्बरै बस्छ. डेटा एन्ट्री सुरु हुनु द्याट इज अगेन सेपरेट डिभिजन रहेछ उहाँहरूको. पोस्ट द्याट त्यो भएपछि नाउ स्क्यानिङ सुरु. उहाँहरूले त्यो स्क्यानर चलाएर हाई स्पिड स्क्यानरहरू ओभरहेड स्क्यानरहरू चलाउँदछ. बिकज ओभरहेड स्क्यानर इज समथिङ हाम्रोमा अहिले छैन. द्याट इज समथिङ द स्क्यानर स्ट्रक्चर कस्तो हुन्छ भने इट विल लाइक ओभरहेड. तपाईँ जस्ट पेपर राख्यो माथिबाट स्क्यान गर्छ. नो निड टु मिसिनमा हाल्नै परेन. दोज आर दि ओभर स्क्यानर्स. अन्त ओभर स्क्यानर चाहिँ वेन इट इज युज भन्दाखेरि इफ यु हेभ अ ठुल्ठुलो म्यापहरू हुन्छ त्यहाँदेखि यो म्यापहरू यो पर्चाहरू उनीहरूको हुँदा ठुल्ठुलो फर द्याट पर्पज दे आर युजिङ द्याट ओभर स्क्यानर त्यो. देन स्क्यानिङ वान्स इज डन अन्त अर्को स्टेप इज नाउ द्याट फाइल विथ एन्ट्री जाँदो रहेछ भेरिफिकेसन रुममा. भेरिफिकेसन रुममा जान्छ. त्यो भेरिफिकेसन रुममा दे किप्ट वान्स द्याट डिजिटाइजेसन इज कम्प्लिट उहाँले 6 महिना राख्दो रहेछ त्यो ओल्ड केस फाइल. उहाँहरूको गाइडलाइन्स रहेछ. हाम्रो त छैन. उहाँहरूको गाइडलाइन्स के रहेछ भने पोस्ट 6 मन्थ अफ डिजिटाइजेसन उनीहरूले ओल्ड केस फाइल डिस्ट्रोय गर्दो रहेछ. विच रुल छ उहाँहरूको. सो त्यसरी उहाँहरूले स्पेस पनि क्लिन गर्दो रहेछ. द्याट भेरिफिकेसन इज नट समथिङ लाइक कि उनीहरूले थर्ड पार्टीले गरेको होइन. विच आई विल सो इन द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड. 6 महिना बादमा त्यो पुरानो केस फाइल वेन इट इज भेरिफाइड बाई द मल्टिपल कोर्टको स्टाफले देन त्यो डिस्ट्रोय गर्दो रहेछ. द्याट इज अगेन एज पर रुल्स. नाउ इन नेक्स्ट स्लाइडमा हेर्नु भएन. अझै वे इन्ट्रेस्टेड स्पेसली मैले उहाँलाई अझै क्वेरी गर्दा थर्ड पार्टी मान्छे चाहिँ कति लागेको रहेछ हेर्दाखेरि 84 जना मान्छे चाहिँ आई मस्ट हाइलाइट कि उहाँहरूको केस भरि मिसायो. सो 84 जना मान्छे चाहिँ विडिङको लागि राखेको छ. पेपर हेर्नु ठिक छ कि बिस्तारै खोल्दै. एन्ड 12 जना मान्छे त्यसो दे आर डुइङ फर डेटा एन्ट्रीको लागि 185. एन्ड इन हाउसको रोल चाहिँ कहाँ आउँदो रहेछ भने स्पेसली द जुडिसियल सेक्सनको रोल कहाँ आउँदो रहेछ भने दे हेभ एपोइन्टेड डिजिटाइजेसन अफिसर भन्ने उहाँहरूले एउटा पोस्टै राखेको रहेछ. द्याट इज अगेन कन्ट्र्याक्चुअल बेसिस पोस्ट. अनि डिजिटाइजेसन अफिसर इज उहाँको रोल एकदमै इम्पोर्टेन्ट. किन भन्दाखेरि बिकज वान्स केस फाइल डिजिटाइज भएर एन्ट्री भएर फाइनल क्रस चेकको लागि द्याट इज नट अ जुडिसियल अफिसर. कोर्टकै स्टाफलाई चाहिँ डिजिटाइजेसन अफिसरले चाहिँ इट इज हिज कल रहेछ. उहाँको कल रहेछ वेदर भेरिफाइड ठिक हो कि होइन. एन्ड देन डिजिटाइजेसन अफिसर जो वी वेयर वरिड कि हामीलाई क्वेसन धेरै आयो डिजिटाइजेसन कसरी उहाँको लेभलमा गर्दैछ. बिकज इन आवर सिनेरियो वी हेभ टु वेट डिरेक्सन फ्रम द कम्पिटेन्ट अथोरिटी भन्छ. त्यसमा पर्खिरहेको हुन्छ रक हुन्छ के गर्नु. सो डिजिटाइजेसन अफिसर चाहिँ त्यो केरला हाइकोर्टको वान अफ द भेरी बेस्ट एप्रोच के रहेछ भने जति पनि रिटायर भएको हुन्छ स्पेसली एट द ग्याजेटेड लेभलमा रिटायर भएको हाइकोर्टबाट र सबअर्डिनेटको जति पनि एम्प्लोइज रिटायर भएको हुन्छ इफ दे आर विलिङ टु वर्क अन ए कन्ट्र्याक्चुअल बेसिस कन्ट्र्याक्टमा उहाँहरूले काम गर्ने इच्छा छ भने दे आर एपोइन्टेड एज अ डिजिटाइजेसन अफिसर. सो रिजन किन रिटायर मान्छे लिएर राख्यो बेसिकली डिजिटाइजेसन अफिसरले समथिङ एउटा टेबल सेबल राखेको रहेछ. दे हेभ टु सिट एन्ड सी. रिटायर किन राख्यो भने दे हेभ सिन्स दे हेभ रिटायर फ्रम द कोर्ट. सो उहाँहरूको भास्ट एक्सपिरियन्स छ. कतिवटा केस त आई थिङ्क जुडिसियल सेक्सनमा काम गरेर उहाँलाई कतिवटा केस त आइएम स्योर कि उहाँलाई यो टाइपको केस छ यो त छिटो डिस्पोज हुन्छ. त्यो कम्स इन यर माइन्ड यो खालको केस हो यो त सब चल्छ लामो त्यो हाम्रोमा आउँछ नि माइन्ड हेर्दैपछि. सो डिजिटाइजेसन अफिसरले केरलाको चाहिँ के रहेछ भने उहाँले यत्रो सदियो डेकेड अफिसमा बिताएको दे आर अल्सो वेल भर्स्ड वेल एक्सपिरियन्स्ड. सो उहाँलाई राखेको कारण चाहिँ त्यो रहेछ. सो दे भेरिफाई यो ठिक छ. एन्ड द्याट टु ए ग्याजेट अफिसमा रिटायर भएको एन्ड द कन्ट्र्याक्चुअल बेसिस उहाँहरू दे आर नम्बर अफ डिजिटाइजेसन. सो दे आर नोन एज डिओ भन्दो रहेछ. सो उहाँहरूले भेरिफाई गरेर वान्स दे सेड गुड कम्प्युटर एसिस्टेन्टले फाइनल एन्ट्री गर्छ एन्ड द अफिस एसिस्टेन्ट पनि उहाँलाई दिएको रहेछ. त्यो केस फाइल सकेपछि डिजिटाइजेसनले फाइलमा सक्यो त्यो लिएर ब्याक टु त्यो दिस प्रिभियस रुममा जानु. इफ यु सी द्याट यहाँ दिज आर द थर्ड पार्टीको स्टाफ. द पिक्चर इज नट क्लियर. त्यो थर्ड पार्टी जो पनि एङ्गेज गरेर दे हेभ एङ्गेज. उहाँहरूको एउटा अझै राम्रो एप्रोच के रहेछ भने थर्ड पार्टी जो पनि थर्ड पार्टी एङ्गेज भएको छ यो प्रोसेसको लागि उहाँहरूले त्यो रिसेन्ट क्लास 10 पास भएको वु आर ड्रप आउट या फाइनेन्सियल सपोर्टले नभएको घरमा बसिरहेको स्पेसली द टिनेजर्स मान्छेहरू लिएको छिट्टो हुन्छ नि पेपर पल्टाउनु केहरू अन्त उहाँहरूको पेमेन्ट इज डन कस्तो हिसाबले भन्दा डेली बेसिसमा तपाईँले आज कतिवटा पेजको वेडिङ सक्यो, वेडिङ सेक्सनको गफ गर्दा कतिवटा तपाईँले सक्यो, बेस्ड अन द्याट उहाँहरूको सुपरभाइजरले लेख्दो रहेछ, ओ वेडिङ यति सक्यो, सो बेस्ड अन द्याट पेमेन्ट। सो उहाँहरूलाई 10 to 4 काम गर्नै परेन। सो मेरो काम आजको लागि सक्यो, म गएँ। सो मैले जति काम गरेछु माई पेमेन्ट इज अन द्याट। सो थर्ड पार्टी इज वाइ उहाँहरूले हायर गरेको छ। सो डिजिटाइजेसन अफिसरको पनि रिटायरमेन्टको बादमा पनि कतिजनालाई इन्ट्रेस्ट हुन्छ कोर्टमा काम गर्नु, बट नट विथ द अफिसको एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिभ रोलले यति काम गर्नुलाई गर्छु भने द्याट इज अगेन रिटायर्डलाई पनि एउटा बेनिफिट। पेन्सन चल्दै गर्छ, एडिसनल कामको यहाँबाट निस्किहाल्छ। सो द्याट इज हाउ दे हेभ म्यानेज, दो उनीहरूको एप्रोच चाहिँ इज अ हाई भोल्युम केसेस। सो दिस आई वान्टेड टु सेयर। सो मुभिङ अन टु आवर नेक्स्ट स्लाइड। सो अब हामी लास्ट लास्टमा आइसकेछ। सो आई वुड लाइक टु रिक्वेस्ट माई कोलिग।
Okay, we have reached almost the end of the presentation. आजको प्रेजेन्टेसनमा अरू सबै बिर्स्यो भने पनि यो स्लाइड चाहिँ याद गरिदिनुहोस् होला। I think this is one of the most important slide. What is your role in this, all the discussions that we are taking place? Whenever the next time scanning and digitization of case records happen for the purpose of digitalization, I would request each one of you who will be part of that procedure to remember that these roles are very important. यो कोही रोल कोर्ट स्टाफको होला, कोही रोल थर्ड पार्टीको होला, कोही के बेला सबै कोर्ट स्टाफकै रोल होला। Okay, so if we follow this overall structure, I think it will be a success and the scanning will be done correctly, completely, and it won't be a useless exercise which cannot be used and will just remain in a folder in your computer. So let's see. First, we record room in charge. Okay, I've just used a terminology which might be changed. It's just to see that there's a role. The record section are responsible for all the case files, physical files. So that person will coordinate retrieval of files from scanning batches, maintain register, kuncha file scanning ko lagi jandesa, त्यो file return भयो कि भएन, अनि केही file damage भयो या missing भयो in the procedure, that will also be reported. Okay, so we'll keep one role for that. I'm sure this role will be played by a court staff, not a third party vendor. Then next comes data entry operator. This can be either a third party vendor or a court staff. जसले चाहिँ सबै we said this is that digitization part where you index everything. I'm sure we are doing it. We have a repository जहाँ चाहिँ तपाईले file upload गर्दाखेरि file upload मात्रै गर्दैन, there is a form that you fill out कि कुन चाहिँ केस हो, पार्टीको नाम के हो, that is indexing. You're making that whatever you are uploading, you're indexing it so that it can be easily retrieved. Okay, त्यसरी केही राम्रोसँग if there is some mistakes or you find a certain error, you will report it to your higher officials. And data entry operator को जहिले पनि एउटा login and password हुन्छ for the account which we use to upload it. So please make sure that your login credentials are kept with you securely. Then with the scanning operator, this person is basically responsible for the scanning of the actual case files, and this person has to maintain, like I said, the quality of the scanning depends on the scanning procedure itself. Your scanning ko quality कस्तो छ, राम्रो स्क्यान भएको छ कि छैन, बाङ्गो टेढो भएको छ कि छैन, तपाईले एउटा ल्यान्डस्केप यस्तो पारेको पेजलाई यस्तो पाराले स्क्यान गरेको छ रे, so that when you scroll you have to move the screen or tilt your head to read it properly. त्यो राम्रोसँग भएको छ कि छैन, scanning operator. And he has to be responsible for the equipment also, the hardware which is provided. जुन चाहिँ computer, जुन चाहिँ scanner use गरेर उहाँले आफ्नो काम गर्नुहुन्छ, that responsibility should also lie with the scanning operator. Then the most important role is the person who is accountable for all this, that is the supervising staff or the officer, जसले चाहिँ overall सबै हेर्नुहुन्छ र verify गर्नुहुन्छ कि it is correct or not. And it can be used for official communication and official purposes. उनीहरूले get go दिनुहुन्छ, and the accountability of the entire process lies with this supervisory officer. Okay. So if we define these 4 roles properly and do the scanning procedure, then I think it will be a success. Okay. So we come to the end of the presentation. Okay. I hope that we are able to share some ideas which you found will be fruitful for you in the days ahead to come. That second last scanning and what we studied, what we saw in the slides, scanning, digitization and digitalization. where scanning takes a paper converts a paper to an image, digitization converts it into data, and data is the game changer which actually brings about transformation. Thank you.
त्यो लाइक चाहिँ बेस्ट फर्मेट चाहिँ के हुन्छ होला लाइक PDF, JPG. सो लाइक नर्मली वी सेभ हामी .pdf मा सेभ गर्छु तर त्यसलाई बेस्ट फर्मेट अप्सन हाम्रोमा सायदै इफ आई रिमेम्बर OCR मा पनि छ र JPG मा पनि छ PDF मा पनि छ सो व्हाट विल बी द बेस्ट अप्सन टु सेभ द इमेज आई मिन स्क्यानिङ फर्मेट
So for that, if you go by the rules, e-committee को एउटा अझै छ कि preservation and digitization of case record भने they have around 200 pages को DPR, so which says one case file जति पनि scan हुन्छ that should be stored in PDF A version मा, that too OCR मा हुनुपर्छ, because only PDF मात्रै गरे भने you might have observed as a technical key PDF मात्रै गरे if you won't able to select the text. Let's say तपाईको PDF को 20 pages छ तपाईले टेक्स्ट सेलेक्ट गर्नु that PDF is no use, that will be only a digital copy, not a digitized copy. That is one thing. Second मा the e-committee को rules says that उहाँको रुलले के भन्छ भने that document is to be first मा 300 dpi मा हुनुपर्छ, that should be stored in PDF and also in image format मा पनि हुनुपर्छ. Image format page by page. Now you तपाई सोच्नुस् if you go by image format मा एउटा PDF को 10 वटा कपी छ, that means 10 वटा इमेज हुनु पर्यो. Again server लाई load हुन्छ. That is obvious. So that is what the rule says, but sometimes when we have a limited hardware, limited server storage, we should go by only हाम्रो एउटा के भन्छ basic जान्नु. So we should at least store PDF with searchable format, PDF A version मा. That would be the good options. Future maybe we will move ahead with the image since it's in the SOP, we have to go by that.
Thank you sir.
Sorry.
Just one question. We are dealing with such a significant issue of digitization, scanning and digitization. But what is going on in our own High Court? भन्दाखेरि एउटा स्टाफ दिएको छ स्क्यानिङ डिजिटाइजेसनको लागि, त्यही पनि पार्ट टाइम रेगुलर स्टाफ पनि होइन एउटा कुरा. अनि त्यो स्टाफ चाहिँ he is burdened with the e-filing of number of advocates visit there, number of advocates every time, almost every time there are people crowded there who are in line for filing of cases. अनि एउटा there is no separate room for provided for scanning. एउटा कुरा त्यो छ. अन्त अर्को कुरा चाहिँ जति हाम्रो पुरानो ओल्ड रेकर्ड्स स्क्यान भएको छ डिजिटाइज त्यो थर्ड पार्टीले गरेको. अनि थर्ड पार्टीले गर्दाखेरि के भएको छ भने दे हेभ बिन ऱ्यान्डमली स्क्यान्ड एन्ड डिजिटाइज, दे आर नट इन सिक्वेन्स. यताउता भएको छ डकुमेन्ट, पेज नम्बर 1 यहाँ छ भने पेज नम्बर 5 छ, त्यहाँदेखि बिचमा फेरि कोर्टको अर्डर सिट्सहरू आउँछ. सो एट द्याट टाइम डकुमेन्ट्स एकदम थर्ड पार्टी आएर स्क्यान डिजिटाइज गऱ्यो. एकैचोटि कसरी भयो, अब हामीलाई एकैचोटि स्क्यान डिजिटाइज हुँदैछ भनेर एकैचोटि भन्यो, त्यहाँ 2-3 क्लरिकल स्टाफहरू त्यहाँ डिप्लोय गऱ्यो. अन्त गरेर त्यहाँनिर दे अल्सो कुड नट मोनिटर द वर्क अफ स्क्यानिङ प्रपरली. थर्ड पार्टीलाई उनीहरूलाई काम सक्नसँग मतलब थियो. दे जस्ट कम्प्लिटेड देयर वर्क एन्ड वेन्ट अवे. नाउ if we go back to the records, if we search from the repository, what we find is that the number of cases, such cases are there which have been randomly scanned and digitized and which are not in order. त्यो अर्को प्रब्लम छ हो. अन्त मेन कुरा चाहिँ हाम्रो लागि चाहिँ अनि जति त्यो ओल्ड लिगेसी डाटा भन्ने छ जुन चाहिँ त्यो लिगेसी डाटा पनि त्यही मान्छे गर्नुको लागि अहिले जुन डिस्पोज केसको पनि डिजिटाइज गर्ने पनि त्यही एउटा मान्छे हो. अनि यस्तो वी आर डिलिङ विथ सच एन इम्पोर्टेन्ट सिग्निफिकेन्ट टपिक. वेल इन आवर ओन हाई कोर्ट देयर इज so much going on. So I hope you will also address this issue if at an appropriate stage. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for all your observations. As rightly pointed out, all those things you have said have rightly taken place and has to be addressed. That was the very motive of our presentation also, to make everyone understand that the work they're doing are significant, and it may be a brain numbing doing the same thing, no application of mind. You will, after a certain point, we all are humans. We will lose our interest and may not do our work as dedicatedly as we were doing it the other day or something. There are so many factors, but with this, yes,
So-
with this information, I'm sure we will also be able to bring out this problem with our seniors, and definitely something will be done. And with respect to the space you're talking about, after these three colleagues of mine went to Kerala and they submitted a report on how our Sikkim judiciary can be transformed, one of the points that they raised was we need a dedicated space for scanning and digitization, as well as we need manpower for scanning and digitization. So hopefully that action point which they have given will be taken up and something will be done. And High Court of Sikkim, as knows more than me, has successfully implemented e-filing. 100% cases are being e-filed. Okay, if e-filed done properly, will eliminate the need for scanning in future. Maybe digitization and digitalization will still remain. If done correctly, even digitization is not required. So eventually, if done properly, the 100% paperless will soon be a reality and no longer a goal for us. Thank you.
अर्को सेकेन्ड मैले एभ्रिडे फेस गरेको चाहिँ जुन चाहिँ सर्टिफाइड कपी दिँदाखेरि जुन चाहिँ हाम्रो स्क्यान आउँछ त्यो स्क्यानमा हेर्दाखेरि यस्तै हुन्छ ब्ल्याक 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 हुन्छ नि छिर्काले यो रिसेन्टली पनि अन्त हाम्रो चाहिँ के हुन्छ भने अर्जेन्ट हुन्छ एडभोकेटले त्यहाँदेखि फेरि हाम्रो एउटा स्टाफ चाहिँ त्यो अलरेडी स्क्यान भएको कपी चाहिँ त्यो त राम्रो आएन हामीले प्रिन्ट गर्दा फेरि फाइल खोज्नु जानुपर्छ अनि त्यो फाइल खोज्दा एक दिन डल्लै लाग्छ यो चाहिँ हाम्रो अल द टाइम बेसी चाहिँ यही प्रब्लम हुँदैछ किनभने म सर्टिफाइड कपी दिन्छु मलाई अब प्रेसर आउँछ अब अलिकति उयो भयो भने फेरि कम्प्लेन पनि गइहाल्छ भित्र अनि त्यही कारण चाहिँ हाम्रो चाहिँ जतिमा स्क्यान हुन्छ अब कतिवटा चाहिँ पुरानो त झन् अब अल द टाइम खोज्नै पर्छ 88 को 84 को इभन यो 2014 को 16 को पनि हाम्रो जुन चाहिँ स्क्यान भएको छ त्यो चाहिँ प्रपरली नै त्यो हामीले जुन चाहिँ प्रिन्ट गर्छ राम्रो प्रिन्टै हुँदैन त्यो चाहिँ के हो प्रब्लम भएको होला है अब यो चाहिँ अलिकति सल्भ होस् भने किनभने अलरेडी हाम्रो स्क्यान फेसिलिटी हुँदैन हामीले किन फाइल खोज्नु जानु किनभने फाइल त फेरि एकजना रेकर्ड किपर त त्यसमै इङ्गेज हुन्छ फाइल खोज्दै सो यसमा पनि अलिकति
भेरी गुड क्वेसन हाम्रो जुडिसियल सेक्सन हाइकोर्टले एकदम जेन्युन क्वेसन राख्नुभयो सो एज पर माई एक्सपिरियन्स फर पास्ट 8 इयर्स हाइकोर्टमा काम गरेदेखि त्यो मेन के भन्छ त्यसलाई जडको पश्चात इज द्याट डिजिटाइजेसन राम्रो भएको थिएन हाम्रो केस रेकर्ड हाम्रो कमल सरले पनि भन्नुभयो दि थर्ड पार्टी विच वाज एङ्गेज फर डिजिटाइजेसन फर्स्ट पेजमा उहाँहरूको डेटा इज नट प्रोपर सो उहाँहरूले दे डिड स्क्यानिङ एज अ थर्ड पार्टी ब्याक इन 2016 when the scanning को term भर्खर e-course में उठ्दै थियो then what happens is that they were only focused on scanning not digitizing एउटा थियो and then the other thing is that 16 मा जब pages और scan भयो that was as per the record उहाँले per page को 0.33 पैसामा गर्यो उहाँले per scan so that is one thing उहाँले सफ्टवेयर राम्रो दिएन because as per the bidding rule L1 whoever quote lowest rate वहीँ हुन्छ so 33 पैसामा एउटा पेज स्क्यान गर्यो so they focus only on scanning and then when this SOP digitization को लागि SOP आयो that has to be PDF मा हुनुपर्ने त्यो document has to be searchable हुनुपर्ने that came SOP पनि e-committee को it came only during 2021 मा so 16 मा जब स्क्यान भयो इनिशियली only scanning मात्रै राखेर गर्यो that is why digitization and digitalization point consider भएन that is one and from our जुन चाहिँ recent trip to Kerala जहाँ हामीले देख्यो digitization यसरी हुँदो रहेछ how they are doing how they are managing it ultimate goal के थियो भने that old record legacy record more than 50 years of पुरानो रिकर्डहरु पनि the purpose behind that scanning is that has to be searchable form मा गर्नु पर्यो which हाम्रोमा भएको छैन 16 मा जुन चाहिँ भयो हाम्रो so we had come up to the proposal हामीले honorable judge in charge computer committee लाई प्लेस गरे पोस्ट हाम्रो technical visit to Kerala High Court and also to the Honorable Chief Justice हामीले primarily focus गरे कि we as a IT हामीले के focus गर्ने कि the Kerala High Court has very IT team हाम्रो पनि IT राखौँ भने हाम्रो one of the main proposal राखेको थियो we need to have a space for scanning and digitization with dedicated manpower with hardware setup proper hardware setup and then court को staff should be engaged only for अघि भने जस्तै verification को लागि remaining त्यो weeding process the scanning data entry चाहिँ थर्ड पार्टी मे बी एङ्गेज भन्ने द्याट प्रपोजल वी हेज पुट अप फरवर्ड सो फार स्पेसको जुन चाहिँ हाम्रोमा छ स्क्यानिङको रुमै छैन हाम्रोमा तपाईँले भन्नुभएको जस्तै ई सेवा केन्द्रमा 1% इज फ्लडेड बिचरा ऊ भाइलाई त फाइलले छोप्नु आँटिसक्यो सो उहाँले गर्दैछ वाट एट हिज लेभल बेस्ट एन्ड देन हिज स्यालेरी इज अल्सो भेरी लो एक त हि इज अन कन्ट्र्याक्चुअल बेसिस हि इज म्यानेजिङ नाउ हि इज हाम्रो अहिलेको एक्ज्याक्ट सिनियर म्यानेजर हि इज द ओन्ली पोइन्ट अफ कन्ट्याक्ट बिट्विन द एडभोकेट्स एन्ड द हाइकोर्टको नाउ सिन्स वी हेभ मेड म्यान्डेटरी ई फाइलिङ सबै उसैकोमा आउँदो रहेछ सो हि हेज बिन हेल्पिङ सबै हामीलाई धेरै हेल्प भइरहेछ सो फार एज ओल्ड रिकर्ड इज कन्सर्न वी हेड अल्सो प्रपोज कि जति पनि पुरानो डेटा थर्ड पार्टीले ब्याक इन 2016 गरेर द्याट हेज टु बी गरौँ भनेर अनलाइक द केरला हाइकोर्टले 6 महिना डिजिटाइज पोस्ट 6 months दे आर डिस्ट्रोइङ द फिजिकल फाइल हामीले त गरेको छैन वी हेड केप्ट द रिकर्ड नाउ वी हेड प्रपोज कि एन्टायर रिकर्ड फेरि डिजिटाइज गरौँ हाम्रो वेमा हाम्रो कोर्टको स्टाफ ओन्ली फर द भेरिफिकेसनको मात्रै एङ्गेज गरौँ रिमेनिङ थर्ड पार्टीलाई दिउँ भनेर द्याट प्रपोजल इज विथ दि अनरेबल जजेस उहाँहरूको कल हो आई थिङ्क वान्स इट इज अप्रुभ हामी टेक्निकल पनि वी विल बी ह्याप्पी एन्ड जुडिसियल पनि खुसी हुन्छ सो फार एज मिस इन्दिरा उहाँले भन्नुभएको सर्टिफाइड कपीको स्क्यान इमेज ब्लर आउँदैछ द्याट आई एम स्योर कि द्याट इज बिकज अफ द स्क्यानरको के छ भन्दाखेरि त्यो स्क्यानर अटो सिट फिट स्क्यानर भन्छ त्यसलाई तपाईँले सिट हालेर पहिला जस्तो उठाउँदै गर्नु परेन सिटबाट टिप्यो समटाइम के हुन्छ भने अभियसली नट नोइङली अननोइङली जानी अनजानीमा के गर्छ भने हामीले कतिवटा केस फाइल विथ स्टेपलर लगाएको हुन्छ नि सबै त छुटाउन सक्दैन नि स्क्यानर स्टेपल लगाएको त स्क्यानरले पनि छुटाउन सक्दैन सो त्यस्तो जान्दो रहेछ विच वी हेड फेस्ड कि त्यो जान्दाखेरि चाहिँ कि स्क्यानरको रोलरभित्र स्क्यानर हेज स्पेसिफिक रोलर छ भित्र इन्साइडमा जहाँ चाहिँ मसिन त्यो ग्लास प्यानल इज देयर त्यो रोलर त्यो स्टेपलर पिनले बिगाडिरहेको समटाइम केस फाइल हेज मेनी फाइल ट्यागर हुन्छ त्यसले पनि ड्यामेज गर्दछ एन्ड देन लेटर अन जब हामीले डिजिटाइज डकुमेन्ट राख्छ बिकज अफ द्याट रोलर बिग्रेको कारणले गर्दा ब्ल्याक स्पट आउँदो रहेछ एउटा रिजन त्यो हुनसक्छ अदर रिजन त्यो पनि भएन अर्को रिजन के हुन्छ वाइल स्क्यानिङ एज वी हेभ मेन्सन द कि DPI सेलेक्ट गर्छ इफ यु गो स्क्यानिङमा तपाईँले हेर्नु पाएन देयर विल बी अप्सन पपअप हुन्छ कि 100 DPIमा गर्ने कि 200मा कि 300 कोडको हामीले युजली 300 DPIमा विच इज बेस्ट बेसी हेभी पनि हुँदैन लो पनि हुँदैन एन्ड देन यर कन्टेन्ट विल बी क्लियर मेबी जसले स्क्यान गर्दैछ उसले 100 DPIमा गर्दैछ अगेन त्यो पनि होइन भने धेरै अदर अप्सन कल ग्रे स्केल कलर भन्ने हुन्छ मेबी डकुमेन्ट उसले ग्रे स्केलमा पो गर्दैछ कि इफ यु डु स्क्यानिङ इन ग्रे स्केल तपाईँको फाइल साइज कम्ती हुन्छ बट द्याट डकुमेन्ट विल बी इन ब्ल्याक एन्ड व्हाइट त्यो तिनवटा फ्याक्टर हुनसक्छ एन्ड अर्को कुरा तपाईँहरूको जेन्युन सिन्स यु आर लुकिङ आफ्टर द ई सर्टिफाइड कपी हाइकोर्टमा वी हेभ अलरेडी लन्च ई सर्टिफाइड कपी बट देन अगेन त्यसमा पनि अलिक मोडिफिकेसन चेन्जेस चाहिएको छ वी आर डुइङ इट सो हाम्रो आइटी टिम हेज बिन वर्किङ द्याट इज वाइ हाम्रो टुडे आइटी टिमको वी आर अराउन्ड 16जना छ डोन्ट गेट कन्फ्युज कि 16मा 6 वे रिसेन्टली डिस्ट्रिक्टबाट ल्याएर हाइकोर्टमा राखेको छ वी हेभ दिस बिग इभेन्ट कमिङ अप नाउ जहाँ हामीले एउटा हाम्रो त्यो मेजर सफ्टवेयर वी हेभ टु सोकेस एट द नेसनल लेभल त्यसमा दे आर वर्किङ अन इट डे एन्ड नाइट सो सफ्टवेयर टिम इज एङ्गेज देयर सो सफ्टवेयर टिम आर वर्किङ अन द्याट सर्टिफाइड कपी अल्सो नट ओन्ली सर्टिफाइड कपी RTI एप्लिकेसन सर्टिफाइड कपी ई फाइलिङ ई पे एन्ड देन CISलाई हटाएर हाम्रै CMS वी आर वर्किङ अन इट सो त्यो सबै भयो भने अन सिङ्गल साइन अन अप्सनमा गर्दैछ हामीले द्याट मिन्स कोर्टको पनि एउटै आइडी हुन्छ एडभोकेटको पनि एउटै आइडी हुन्छ पार्टीहरूको पनि एउटै आइडी बेस्ड अन द्याट आइडी उहाँहरूले त्यो ई फाइलिङको लागि करेन्टली वाट इज द ई फाइलिङको लागि एडभोकेटको आफ्नो आइडी छ ई पे गर्नुको लागि फेरि उसको अर्कै SBI गेटवेमा पसेर गरेर डाउनलोड गरेर ई फाइलिङमा हाल्छ द्याट इज देयर SBIमा तपाईँले पहिला कोर्ट फिस तिर्छ केस फाइल गर्दा त्यो कोर्ट फीको रिसिभ SBIले जेनेरेट गरेको द्याट टेक्स आउट सेभ गर्छ तपाईँले वेन एडभोकेटले केस फाइल गर्छ त्यहाँदेखि अगेन त्यही रिसिभ फेरि हाल्छ द्याट इज 2 स्टेप छ नि त्यहाँ सिमिलरली एडभोकेटले ई सर्टिफाइड कपी कोर्टलाई माग्दै अगेन अर्कै आइडीबाट सो वी आर वर्किङ अन सिङ्गल साइन अन अप्सनमा हामी काम गर्दैछ आइ एम स्योर त्यो पनि हामी छिटै निकाल्छ लन्च गर्छौँ इफ द्याट इज इम्प्लिमेन्टेड कोर्टलाई पनि सजिलो एडभोकेटलाई पनि सजिलो मल्टिपल लगइन आइडी याद गर्नु परेन द्याट वी आर वर्किङ अपार्ट फ्रम द्याट वी आर वर्किङ अन दि यो रिक्रुटमेन्ट पोर्टलमा टु बी अनलाइन वी आर वर्किङ अन ई अफिस जति पनि अफिसको फाइल हेज टु गो थ्रु ई अफिसबाट अब सो द्याट वी आर वर्किङ आइ एम स्योर स्क्यानिङको स्पेस र सफ्टवेयरमा वी आर वर्किङ अन इट विदिन अ मन्थ हामी त्यो छिटो निकाल्नेछौँ द्याट्स अल एनी क्वेरी
Our esteemed resource person, for an insightful session. My question is pertaining to paperless courts. Considering Sikkim's challenging terrain, inclement weather, frequent landslides, and inconsistent supply of electricity and Wi-Fi or broadband connections, do you think realistically whether the paperless court system is feasible in the state with such unique geographical situations? Or have you mitigated such challenges?
Yes, very good question. Very good question. So, as I have already mentioned, we have the paperless code itself cannot be, we can create in a one day. So we have to focus on multiple dimensions, whether code internet is there or not, whether the alternative power backup is there or not. So there are multiple factors. So far as the internet is concerned, since we are at the hilly terrain, so internet we have kept 2 lines, NIC and BSNL are already there. That too we have many issues with the internet connection. Whenever especially during the monsoons, the fiber breakage is a common issue. Internet fiber breakage is a common issue. Now we are working on RF based internet. So for that, if that RF based internet proposal is already there in the Honorable Judge's table, if this is approved, then we will come up. We will come up. The feasibility report is already done. The testing has already been done. So no matters the weather or the landslide, since that internet feature, right now what we are working on is on RF based. So no wire cable is required. So I cannot reveal the name which firm we are opting out. So that feasibility is everything done. And even I believe the SJ is also under the same internet. We will be opting for SJ as well. So that is what I can say. So with the internet and then for power backup, we already have in our code and also in district code, as I mentioned, the DG sets are there. If say main lines went down. If DG set is also not working, then solar power plant has also been provided. Both DG and solar power plant is from the ECOS. So those things are in place. And apart from the codes, the electricity is there. We hope this. All we need is a software and a good connection. And then we have also developed our software in such a way that it does not require a maximum internet. In a minimum internet, it will also work. That is what we as IT team we have been working on it.
All right, sir. Thank you.
I would like to add one point to what he has already said. We acknowledge that making paperless judiciary is a multifaceted problem, and then we acknowledge that in spite of all our preparation, there might be situations where e-filing cannot be made compulsory. So there's always exemptions in the rule, where for a just and a sufficient cause, we will allow physical filing, but it will be eventually scanned and fed into the paperless system. So it is not that all the cases have to be filed through e-filing and paperless mode. There will be exemptions.
Okay, thank you.
Any more questions?